to work then.
Jeff Koons' age. How old is Damien Hirst? Jeff Koons' signature. John Hurst.
Yes, we get the good res happening.
That's it. Yes. Sort of a dialogue between Hurst and Koons. Like it's a digital image. Dialogue
it's
with him.
digital dialogue we're trying to create.
Digital dialogue. Specifically. So young Brit. This is young Brit.
This is young.
No, this is like Google. This is Google art. Google kind of lumps these artists together. Like when you search Hurst, you get Tracy Emin.
Wish I could get two going on both his eyes.
Yeah. Sort of Tracy's on my eyes. Tracy's on my mind. At work.
Hush now.
Hush, Davey. Oh, he's got a YouTube.
Yeah, dude, we've seen his YouTube.
I haven't seen more of that. Well, I haven't seen whatever video that still comes from.
That's where it interviews.
You get that pumping in the browser. Drop it. Drop it. Yes. Yes. Lund is going off.
Lund's really big right now. You know, like he's popping up on the scene.
You know, like you're checking out Tracy Emin, Lund's popping up, you know? Like Koons even. Lund is literally just
We're putting him up there.
Koons.
We're putting him up there with kids.
What do you think he's describing in this video?
Lund.
Tracy.
It's a very large image of Tracy Ems.
Tracy Ems. This is Lund. Hurst. Koons.
Koons. You know, you got Jeff Koons, you got Damien Hirst.
Lund thinks big.
You can tell he
Lund
thinks
sells
big. Lund.
Whoa.
For me, I think at the moment there's a lot of different values going on in the kind of art world or in art production. Anything from production value to market value to like aesthetic value, conceptual value. And all of them have their own kind of value system and they're all evaluated differently. And I guess like what constitutes a good work of art is like up to anybody. Like everyone has their own formula for determining what's good or bad. And I guess everyone has a different kind of ratio of the different values that are going on in this kind of scene, I guess. So for me, my formula for determining what's good would be a level of kind of, like, I like works that have a very high kind of conceptual value. Like, this is the strong point of, or like, you know, this is a good idea. So then it's it. But then if you add more aesthetic value to this mix, it gets even better. Because if you have a good idea that looks poorly, it's not going to be a good work of art. So it's like always to find balance. But I think also, I don't know, like everything
It's a hodge.
The more work you make,
It's just laying
It's
it
good
down.
though. Like, I
It's
like
laying down the
how
law.
do you
I like what he
evaluate,
said about.
how do you reflect in your practice?
Yeah, it's
What's
true.
like good and bad for you, for the market, for the galleries?
He's just talking straight up.
How do you do that? Like that's kind of the endless question with no good answer.
He's done his
He's great.
He's
That was a
done his
great.
reading.
That's a good video.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lund.
Alright, Lund, you get another chance.
That was
Redeemed.
That wasn't. We were already like so into him. But I'm like, all right, I'll give you a shot now. This I want to watch this. This looks juicy.
Yeah.
Kicking off Lund. Kicking off the Lund. Oh, this is way more raw. Look at this. See, this is what I want. I want this to be us. And someone to be interviewing us with our laptops. But they're just like.
Also the possibility to ask questions and so on. But now I
It's so
continue,
digital. They got different angles.
in this case, it's Jonas Lund. I try to be fast. I see Jonas Lund being in the tradition of the first net artists. He reflects issues related to the conditions of a network, but not so much the contents of a network. In the early days of his research, of the possibilities of interaction, sharing and collaboration in networks conditions, he developed an individual aesthetic
He's reading his
that was
CV.
very reminiscent of the activities of Jody Ork and Alexei Shulgin, in my point of view. His investigation led him from the surfaces of a single server page all the way to browsers as net interfaces. He raptured
But it's
the
funny, yeah,
boundaries
just like
of
listening to
software,
someone read it.
Yeah.
that he maybe hacked. The explorations are not just conceptual, they are artistic works formulated in code. Following the definition of code cloning, Lund can therefore
Give
be
us some Lund.
It's like a
Yes.
completely illogical
illogical.
summary of everything that I don't understand. So I'm trying to kind of approach this system through different ways and doing different pieces in like operating within the
Yeah.
system to kind of outsmart the art world, to figure out a way around in the art world so I can kind of optimize my path and sort of develop strategies to
Yeah,
win the art world.
it's the
game.
strategies, man.
So I started around 2
Look.
years ago
at
by building a database of the whole art world, by scraping from Artifacts, ArtNet, Mutual Art, and Artscene. I collected artists, institutions, galleries, curators, auction results, and exhibitions, and put it into a database. But the sort of original motivation for creating the database was to take a systematic approach to this system which I couldn't understand and figure out how to operate and move within the system, figure out who the key players in this network, like the Art World network is, and then kind of hone in on these people. So in the end, like these days it's a database of 500,000 artists, maybe 2.5 million exhibitions, 100,000 institutions, 100,000 curators.
He's done all that.
A lot of auction results over the last years. This is all public information, so you can just download it. Just isn't any single place where all this data is shared with you in a kind of open and nice way. So the first work, like in the graph you see here, it's like it says database and then there's an arrow to an algorithm. So I developed a couple of works in relation to this database, and one of them is in the show, in the exhibition. So, but I will back in time a bit and start with the first work, which was the top 100 highest ranked curators in the world. So once I had all the data, I could like look at data from different ways, and so this is showing the top 100 most influential curators in the art world based on a curatorial ranking algorithm. So you
think
take
it's really
everything a
good.
curator
So
has done
good.
from exhibitions and
Just like
what
photos
artists
of
the
the people.
curator worked with, and you weigh it against each other, and then you get like a ranking, and then you can sort them, and then generate the piece, which is just automatically googling for a face that matches the first name, and you get like the more like a Facebook or like a yeah, like a Facebook of who to look out for at openings and who you should say hi to and who you should know if you want to like advance faster into the future. After this piece, this is the predecessor to the piece that's in the show. And the piece in the show is called Fix That For You. It's kind of a version of the fear of missing out. So I'll talk more about this one. So this was an exhibition at Showroom Mama in 2013 in the fall. Using the database, there was also a lot of artworks in the database, and I wanted to see if I could kind of, by using the big data logic and the computational logic, see if I could take one step ahead of everyone by predicting where art production would be in the future. So it's a way of kind of sidestepping the fear of missing out, because I would already be where other people will be later. So it's like an advancement. So by doing this, I used the database of artworks in relation to artist and exhibition ranking, and figured out the subset of the works in the database that was sort of in line with my practice, based on the age of the artist and where they were in their career. These artworks were then ranked for complexity, with this underlying assumption that a good work of art is very easy to produce, but has a very high monetary value. So like something like E. Klein monochrome seems at least that it's very easy to make, and then it's worth a lot of money. Whereas like the Damien Hirst skull is very complicated because the production cost is so high that you can't produce it. And then based on the complexity, I could develop an artwork ranking algorithm, which I then used to generate instructions for how to put together works of art. So in the Showroom Mama, there were 14 different pieces.
But see, this
For
is
example,
like...
this one, which is a crashed motorcycle. It was called Travestier Luck 221. It's,
But like, this is what I need. Like, he's got good content. Like, really good content of him just talking about his art.
Have you seen this?
I've seen a couple others, but not this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, it's so good.
He's such a good artist.
Have to find the motorcycle. This is a single channel generative video installation for poster changers with line drawings on poster paper. It's called Storage Product Crosses. So the algorithm will give me a title, a description, materials, dimension, and a sort of simplified way of how to put it together. Which ranges from like, put this thing in front of that thing, or put this thing in this thing, or hang this on the wall. It's just like verbs telling you what to do with the piece. This is a ping pong table behind non-reflective glass. Facial mask product on canvas stool.
That's good.
And Steve Ballmer, fridge, and 6 crates of beer. Acrylic and silkscreen ink on custom rope. It's called Shield Whitechapel Isn't Scoop. And this one is Cheerfully Hats Sander Selfish. It's coconut soap, 7-minute, 50-second video loop. Which was a complicated one because the instructions told me to put the video inside in the coconut soap, so I had to figure out how to produce that. Which is fairly easy with just epoxy resin. You just put the monitor in epoxy resin, it's waterproof, put water, dissolve this.
But this whole process is so hard.
This is called Description Albert. It's paint and ink on canvas with a black steel frame. Parachute faces, airways. It says the NSA hasn't been here yet. Watch closely for the removal of this sign. Based on that story, that in a library in the US, you were not allowed to tell people that the NSA or FBI had been to the library, but you were allowed to not tell them. So you could not tell them by just removing the sign. It's a Horizon Bird, grayish blue. It's 250 kilos of concrete and plexiglass and plaster inside. And petrified wood with light-emitting diodes.
Like that thing is fucking amazing.
I mean, in some ways, it's like looking at a lot of this, a lot of the kind of ideas of big data, the solution to everything, and algorithms have the key. And through this, you can kind of question
with Lund?
who determines what's the formula for producing works of art, and is there a way
Is Lund making a living?
Step ahead of it and be
I
faster.
don't know, if he can't make a living.
So, and also in the similar ways.
He's a success,
like
surely. He's a...
It's a success story. Appropriate, accelerate. Lund.
Lund. God.
I've done it again.
How do you do it?
How do you do it, Lund?
Lund is better than Kearns.
Yeah.
That's
He can. I feel like his talk is better, at the very least, than her or her.
I mean, like, actually, I don't know, they just seem like on such... There are so many artists which I've never even heard of, which, like, are just doing way cooler shit than most of the people I've ever learned about in art history.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Look at this. Jonas Lund's involved with this. The Art Intruders. Look at this. CEO at newraphael.com. Digital art. That looks like a cheesy video. This is some Lund.
We spend a lot of time online and we waste a lot of time on Facebook and Twitter and everything. And sometimes it's hard to kind of figure out what's the reward. It's usually not so kind of tangible, and it's, yeah, how to say it, it's kind of like you're fulfilling a service to someone, but you don't really know what it gets you. Somehow, I was thinking, this is a picture of In Search of Lost Time by Marcel Proust. It's like one of the longest novels ever written. I think it's 1.5 million words, depending on the translation. As a reference, it took the Swedish woman 30 years to translate this book. 30 years of her life she dedicated towards translating In Search of Lost Time. And I always wanted to read this book, but I never got around to it. So I had this solution in my mind. So I wrote a tiny little script that would tweet parts of the book for me once every hour, 140 characters at a time. So you can see it here. It's like intersected into my Twitter stream. So it's like just as a kind of friend or someone I follow, Marcel Proust becomes part of my social graph, and I can slowly, little by little, kind of read the whole book without any considerable effort, but I will get something back from it. Like one of the key concepts of this book is that notion of involuntary memory. Memories that are triggered just by walking around and you get the kind of associations and you get, this is what I think about because of
This is a pretty raw video though.
I get to kind of involuntarily intersect myself versus
He's on stage.
at some point
He's
in the
on
future.
stage.
I want this.
Digital.
Look at this guy. He's a fucking
Hi.
Who's
CEO
one of it?
at New Ref.
What drives me and what drives everyone here, I think, is a longing to fulfill your potential. And
Who
I
is this
immediately
guy?
felt that when I saw the internet. So I'm a little distracted. I just saw the internet as a young child and then later in art school, and I thought I can speak directly to my audience, and that's absolutely amazing. And so I decided not to treat the internet as a portfolio, but as a place for art. So I didn't want to make sculptures and put pictures online. I said, no, the browser is my canvas, and I'm going to treat it with respect. Wait, where's my screen?
That had a lot of, you know,
Can you hear it?
bam, this is it. But now it's just like,
Oh.
where's my screen? This is all in the video. Fuck. It's a media meltdown over here.
Sorry.
This
I love
sucks.
the internet. Does anyone love the internet? Give a round of applause for the open web. Because I feel like a lot of artists use it for self-promotion, but I think if you would show Leonardo da Vinci, there's a magical box that you can convert your thoughts somehow and communicate them to a potential audience of billions, really, and that's growing. I think he would be very interested. I'm
This
sorry,
is
we're
filler.
waiting for the technology, so that's
Where
very
is this
ironic.
stalling? You're stalling, Raphael.
Okay.
You got nothing and we
You
know
got
it.
nothing. Your whole presentation's been fucked by this minor text.
Accessible to anyone in the world.
Here we go,
So
yep.
the
Alright,
title
yep.
of the work,
Just sorting out.
They're still trying to sort it out.
the location of the work.
This has so many views.
This is raw. This is such a raw video. Wait, skip in. I want to see what he talks about. Just like...
You have your cursor, of course, and when you move it So one of the pieces I love it.
Did he get it happening?
Okay.
I like that.
Boo.
Oh
We
no.
tested it before. Okay, I'll visualize a website. Let's do that. So one of
This is how raw.
Why would you still upload it? New
this is
Rafa.
the idea with treating the website as a work of art. So this is a privately owned website by a collector, but it's accessible to anyone in the world on any device. It's an infinite kiss. It keeps changing. And so the internet has specific properties. You treat it in a specific way and really narrow down ideas. Another example is I try to condense emotions into single. But the problem then is we're used to being on the internet. We see the work and we forget about the device. But when we go to the exhibition space, all of a sudden a computer is an object. You're no longer in that dream area when you're at home and you forget about where you are. So this is an example in Korea where we showed. My point is that the internet is not just on your device, it can be huge. So this was a show in Korea. This is the biggest screen in Asia. It's 23 stories high.
Whoa.
And they only show
Look at that.
It's called Seoul Art Square. And thank you.
That's fucking weird. I don't really like it.
So there's thousands
Actually, I guess I kind of do.
What is that?
It's in.
This is like the shittest video. Whose video is this?
DLD conference.
See, the DLD is
Digital
big.
Life Design. Poor guy.
That was. I'm watching the thing with Simon Denny. They're at DLD.
Yeah, right.
We should watch that.
He sucks. Let's go to newraphael.com. Donate. No way. No chance. I want free shit. Human digital.
Oh, this is a sick website. This is actually really cool.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah. I mean, up to you. This.
It's tight. It's tight integration.
Look, you can only like put it in when there's like space for it. It's fun. Okay.
What the fuck?
Alright. you can do it. I mean, you can just put it in, but you can also. Can you?
You get it.
Bad, weird. Weird and bad. 2001.
Look at that red. That's a 2001
Red.
red. That's what we call that.
Is it broken? His website's broken.
He's a rookie. His whole career is
It's sham.
digital design life. Digital life design.
Give us something here.
Yeah.
Alright.
You kind of,
TLD.
yeah.
The internet. Yeah. Yeah, back to this.
Yeah, stupid. I'll just like start gathering my things.
Yeah. When is the
Look
boss?
at that. Jesus. I just call it Jesus. Did you just like...
This was at Mitch's house. Oh, this was Mitchell Bear house. So after, I think this was on New Year's Day or something.
Saturday, 4th of March.
So we're just reading that phone. It's for the, I mean, what the odds?
37
Just have the info.
minutes.
We don't appreciate it, we just have the info.
We have the technology. Like just kind of videoing on
How, what does it come?
37
I'll
minutes.
have to go out which way I was, so now the rest of the video is like, cool.
Let's retire. I'm gonna retire this laptop.
Yeah, let's have a good old talk. Or
It's
a
been
play
it's
of
been an
Carol
amazing.
Instruments.
It's been a while. It's been a while to dig.
It's been a digi ride.
Look at this. Look at these are all today.
Holy crap.
That's the real connections. Yeah. So we're just sort of
So we are.
making these videos and uploading them because it's like, well, this is just a hypothetical use of this feature.
It's not a big
Like,
suggestion.
It just thinks they're all gonna get uploaded.
They all need to get up. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it was good.
I just moved the show. It just always fucks up anyway. No matter what you do. Oh, what?
Oh, right, because it flips it, yeah. It's really good with just the one audio track.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes it just remembers, like, whatever the last one you did. It doesn't ask you to read. It doesn't ask you to... Some of it... Because we're watching...
No, but look what's moving, right? Hey.
This is so long, this one. This is like 15 minutes. This is you from a certain time. It's a good... You're dissolving into YouTube. You're becoming the media.
It's a flow, seamless flow between my body and YouTube. So what's the best vid?
What's the best one? Probably this one. It's just
It's a good vid. Good vid.
It's really aggressive. What do you think?
That's a good vid.
That's the best one. Hands down,
Hands
arbitrarily.
Just like, you can just see it in the production value of that particular one.
And you learn. Next videos you make, you learn.
We had a good session. We got one good video.